YouTube. Hey, it's me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Boss Clubhouse. I am so sorry to have to come live right now while I'm in the kitchen doing the dishes. But I had something that I really wanted to tell you guys, and I didn't want to forget about it or postpone it. I'm sure you guys have already seen it. Anybody that watches the news possibly has already seen this information. So, I'm looking around on the internet. I took a break from work and I was just looking around and I see people the shots. Now, I think we all know what shot I'm talking about. Yes, I still have to talk in code because the little robots are watching and listening. But people have taken the shot and they're speaking on the side effects that they're having from the shot. Now, we've known about this. I've been talking about this for, about a week, a little bit over a week. We know that Europe and the UK, Australia, they were the first ones to actually start the injections. We know that the first 4 volunteers here in the United States developed Bell's palsy, which is a temporary paralysis of the face. Well, just in case you don't know, let me give you a little background. First of all, you can't really file a lawsuit. You can't sue nobody behind the medication. If they give you something and it has an adverse reaction, you have an adverse reaction to it, you just have a reaction to it. You have to go to your doctor. Your doctor will give you more medicine to fight the reaction that you're having behind the medicine that they originally gave you, right? Well, just to know that you cannot do anything about side effects from medications. You can't sue them. You can't, let me tell you something. Not only can you not sue them, you almost can't talk about it. Now again, I apologize for doing dishes while I'm live, but I'm not able to do my snapshots right now to show you my snapshots. But there was a person who had the vaccination and they were just, telling people what happened and how it affected them and what they were feeling and, just pretty much like what was going on after they took the shot. Let me, before I get deep into this, let me just remind y'all, there is such a law or a constitutional amendment called freedom of speech, okay? You can pretty much say whatever you want, especially about an experience that you've had with someone, be it good or bad, and that is not against the law, right? Now check this out. The person was speaking on their experience with receiving the shot, and they from the pharmaceutical company's legal team telling them if they said one more word about it, they was going to sue them for almost $15 million. You're going to sue a civilian, a person that goes to work every day for a living to pay their bills, put their kids through school, provide insurance, and all of the things. These people are the people that you guys sought after to volunteer to take this shot. You guys sought them out. You guys are actually behind the scenes trying to pass a law stating that everybody in the United States has to take this shot at some particular time. But again, you're trying to pass it as a law. You haven't been able to do so at this time. And now the pilot who running some stuff is about to change. The head man in charge is about to change. Coming in, and we don't really know at this time whether or not he's even down with that. I have not heard. I have not watched any debates. I have not listened to any interviews. So I don't know if Joe is even supportive of this vaccine. Now, I think it's safe to say when Joe ran for office with Barack, I think it was safe to say that his political status was that of a Democrat, right? But shit changes. I think he still is a Democrat. So he should be for the people. He should be fighting for us. And let's remember, we know that the Democrats, without a doubt, are the ones pushing the bill for them to pass this bill so that it's law. My problem is, how is it that they can hold the pharmaceuticals harmless? Harmless. Let me tell you what harmless means. Hold them harmless means they protect them and say that you can't sue them because they're doing a justice for us. They are working to give us medication to save our lives, and we will not allow you to sue them. You can't sue them if you lose an eye, an arm, a leg. If something happens and your wires in your brain get crossed up, that you end up being a vegetable the rest of your life. Nothing can happen. Nobody can sue. Nobody can file charges. Nobody can file criminal, civil. You cannot do anything about the reactions or side effects of medications. And I'll tell you something else. If you think I'm lying, pull out your, that little sheet of paper that the pharmacist gives you when you go to CVS or Walgreens to pick up your medication. They give you this little sheet that tells you about the side effects and what you can and can't do and can and can't take and drink and eat, and you look at the fine print on that. It lets you know you're not going to sue him for any reason. This man was simply trying to say what happened. Now, let me tell you something. It's one thing to try to silence us on social media, because a lot of things that people report and people tell are not always actual and factual. We know this just from looking at how this sector runs. So we get it if you act a little funny about us talking. But when somebody you have solicited, you went out and sought after, and you asked them to come and do something, unless you had them sign an NDA, they should have the ability to say whatever it is they want to say about their experience. But because they're telling the truth about their experience and it happens to be negative, y'all gonna threaten to sue them if they tell anybody else, if they say one more word? How dare you? Now see, that right there, that's code red for stay away from it. Because ain't nobody even said it works. We don't even know. We don't know what that shot is even supposed to do. We just know that they want us to take it, right? I mean, come on, most of the time, if you're going to press somebody to take a medication, at the very least you do. You tell them what they taking it for, what the medication is supposed to do, how they tested it on guinea pigs, monkeys, homeless people, retarded people, and et cetera, et cetera. At least you would usually tell us that. But now here y'all fighting to pass a law to force us to take something, and we don't even know what it's supposed to do. Is it supposed to help, I don't know, relieve the symptoms? Is it supposed to open up your airway and help you to breathe better? Is it supposed to work against the two virus strains that give you problems? Is it supposed to work against that so that you can breathe better? It opens up your lungs, your esophagus. What is it that the shot is supposed to do? See, that's my other issue, my other problem. Because you ain't told us, and then you get mad when we try to ask somebody. You don't want the doctors to tell us. You don't want the scientists to speak on it. You don't want nobody to say nothing. Nothing at all about this little situation. You want everybody to just be quiet, suck it up. And if you just don't happen to go get the shot, you need to go somewhere and sit down and not tell nobody what happened after you took the shot. And I would not doubt at all if they didn't make those people sign something saying they couldn't talk about it, but because I said that. People don't like to go to the fine print. They don't even like to glance over what they're putting their signature on. They probably don't even have a clue that they're not supposed to talk about it. And here's the kicker. Something saying they can't talk about it, and now they go out and try to talk about their experience, then you end up in a situation like this where they're threatening to sue you for $15 million. What is that you would even consider signing when you're putting your own health in danger by allowing them to inject something in you and you not know anything about it? I would not be signing anything, because you know what you're signing most of the time? From the time you go to the doctor's office, the specialist's office, the hospital, when they say you need surgery, or they say they need to do this and they need to do that, there are some risks involved. Let me tell you about all of those pieces of paper that they make you sign. Those pieces of paper ultimately are basically saying you can't sue us. It's a chance you could lose your life. You go into a coma. You could lose one eye, two fingernails, 3 toes, and the left side of your nostril. You ain't gonna be able to sue us. Even if we mess around and accidentally cut off the left tit when it should have been the left testicle, you can't sue us. That is what the paperwork say. You hold us harmless. You can't sue us, and you agree to this. That is all of the paperwork that you're signing. When you get ready to register to go into the hospital, they get you to sign paperwork saying, I got insurance, but if my insurance would just so happen not pay y'all, I promise that I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the money no matter what happens. That's what all of that little paperwork is said. And when they say make sure that you put your beneficiary down, when your body turns cold, why? Because they ain't got no room to store you. See, they notify your next of kin. You go to the morgue, they notify your next of kin, and then you got about 48 hours to get up out of there. Now, if your next of kin don't send the funeral people over to get them, trust the hospital finna put you out. I don't know where they gonna put you, but you gonna have to get up out of there. So I just wanted to add that. I just found that out, and I just thought, wow, what a piece of work. And they just want us to just, I don't know, lay down and take it. Lay down and accept it and not speak on it, not talk about it. You gonna take my First Amendment rights away? I can't speak on it. You gonna have me sign paper to admit that I won't. Let me tell you something. If I'm gonna take the shot, if I was gonna take the shot, I wouldn't be signing nothing. Don't do like I did once upon a time, not long ago, many moons back in the hole. I didn't want to be responsible for something, but they wouldn't let me get out of it without signing. You know what I do? I sign that damn paper, Daffy Duck, Roger Rabbit, Wonder Woman. I would just make up shit. They'll take the paper and go ahead on, but guess what? When they get ready to go to court, guess what the judge asks? Did you sign this? No, sir, I didn't. Whose signature is that? I don't know. Did you put anything on this paper? Yes, I did. What did you put on this paper? I put the date on there. You didn't put this name on here? I did. Is that your name? No, it is not. Why did you put that name? Because I didn't agree to it and they wouldn't help me unless I signed it. You still responsible. Next case. Yeah, I know. I know. It probably was, I don't know, a little ridiculous of me to do that because any signature would be me agreeing to whatever it is the paperwork is saying. But you know, when you're young and you're trying to find little ways to beat the system, you know, you do things. Try the waters. So that was me, trying the waters. So anyway, just another tidbit. If you are thinking about taking it, God bless you. I'm not telling nobody what to do, but I will tell you what I'm not going to do, and they better not come nowhere near me talking about nothing to have anything to do with that shot, your shot, they shot, anybody else's shot. I don't do needles. I do edibles. So anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you later.